Now go ahead and turn those ear chakras back up. And so I want you to go ahead and take a look at this body. I'd like to speak with your higher self or a guide from your team. Who may I speak with, please? Go ahead and speak up. You're using the spirit to use your vocal cords, so you'll have to use your breath and project with your body. Who am I speaking with?
A visual more than anything.
Okay, go ahead and tell me what you see.
I don't know. I think Athena.
Beautiful. And ask Athena what she's there to help you with. One of your normal guides, or is she my presence? Ask her. She's your guide.
I think I'm getting a yes here.
Beautiful. And ask her if she can take a look through your body and see if there are any entanglements or cords that we need to work on for your body's healing.
Heart.
Your heart. Okay, go ahead and focus on the heart. What do we need to release there? Do we need to travel? Is there a cord there that's attached? How many?
2, maybe
Okay.
3.
This lifetime or a past life?
Passing.
Okay, just trust whatever you're hearing.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to ask Athena to assist us in taking you on a little journey to your past life. You're in Egypt. And take a look down. Are you wearing shoes?
No.
What type of feet do you have?
Female.
Young or old?
Youngish.
What are you doing? Are you carrying anything?
Bring a basket.
What do you in that basket? Offerings. Where are you going with that basket?
To assess.
The sacred place at the pyramids or somewhere else?
Close
by.
Close by the pyramids, yes.
Okay. There's 3 main pyramids. Which of the 3?
Second.
Okay. Is anybody going with you?
No.
And now how old are you?
It is, I think.
And have a name that you'd like to give us? Liasa. Family with you?
Not but
Live with you in the same household?
no. I get the sense that I live with other young women.
Are you
we're all
part of an
studying,
organization? I'm sorry, repeat that.
So if we're training, we're studying.
Go ahead and skip forward and be at the pyramid now. What do you do with this offering?
Some rituals.
Chanting or prayer?
Prayer.
Would you like to share one of these prayers with us? Or are you bound by a holy silence?
It's not coming through.
And what are you considered priestesses?
I get the sense what it might be, yes.
Are you one of the priestesses of Isis in the sisterhood?
Yeah,
Yes. So
I know.
which ritual are we doing? I'm getting that it's a Thanksgiving. What are we giving thanks for?
It's to do with helping the crops. There's been drought or not enough water.
Would this be? In our linear time, I know that there's no time and space, but
Okay, something.
okay. Let's go ahead and put our prayers and intent into the water. I'll add mine to yours. Thanking the water for its life-giving source and resources, for the rain that it brings to the crops and to the land, healing Mother Earth, bringing beauty and life to all on its planet of Gaia. We are eternally grateful. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Protection.
Adding protection. And where does she go next? Liasa, where do you go next?
Back to join the other young women.
And as you go back and join, can you tell me what is this block in the heart that needs healing?
Like some deep pain that needs to be released.
And take a look at it. Ask this pain to step up. What is this pain? Have you lost someone?
Seeing the suffering of so many. Both mothers and family.
And have they passed or are they still alive?
Some are still alive.
Let's take a look at it from a higher perspective of the soul wanting to come in and learn lessons. And only a high vibrational soul can take on such hardships. To endure through the experience and then come and go lifetime after lifetime, choosing what it wants to experience for the next life. What can we do to send healing into the suffering?
Accept it's all part of the flow of life.
Okay, let's go ahead and send that in now. I accept. Repeat after me.
I accept.
This is the flow.
This is the flow.
And the cycle.
And the cycle.
All life.
Of all life.
In varying degrees.
In varying degrees.
Suffering and joy.
Of suffering and joy.
And I thank you, Creator.
And I thank you, Creator.
For allowing me to see this broader expanse.
Allowing me to see this broader expanse.
Of who we are as beings.
Of who we are as beings.
Of you.
And as a part of you.
Self-love and forgiveness.
I send off love and forgiveness.
Use the ruby ray of healing to release this pain from my heart.
And Ruby Ray. Ruby Ray
Healing.
healing.
Of
Yes, healing. To release this pain.
Yes.
This pain in my heart.
And you know when it's gone.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now bring in something to replace that emptiness for where that cord was just released. What would you like to bring in its place?
Emerald.
Bringing in emerald, seeing it rush in, just like a waterfall, filling you up. Tell me when it's full.
Yes.
Beautiful. Then let's go to those cords and send the green ray and the violet flame to either end, sending love and light. Now I see that you're back with these women having a meal. How many women are there with you?
13.
13. And there's there meaning behind the number of 13?
There is, yes.
Are the 13 inductees, or are you all high priestesses at this time?
Mainly inductees, but a couple of high priestesses as well.
Well, and what do we have to eat?
Veg and fruit. And other types of grains. Grain food. I'm not sure what it's called.
Okay, wonderful. And is there anything about that life that you'd like to share with us? Lyasa,
left.
beautiful. Anything else?
Many tears.
Yes. Let's go and release those many tears. We've done the healing, so we're going to go ahead and release those tears. Did you struggle with being able to have enough to eat at that time?
Sometimes.
Is that part of the reason where there is control over her eating to this day in this lifetime? Is there crossover?
Will be.
Can we go ahead and release that at this time, letting her know that she's safe to eat food and nourish her body in the way that it's required today with today's needs? Allowing for her appetite to be returned in a healthy manner.
I'm getting a very strong feeling that I was always trying to take care of others first.
And to do that anymore?
No.
No. That was in a past life where things were in a different order than they are today. We don't need to take on the burdens of the world into our own shoulders of having to take care of everyone before ourselves. It is very important, especially in this light worker's journey, to take care of herself and her energy of the divine feminine.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and release all of that energy of putting everyone else first. That doesn't mean that we don't care for humanity and that we don't care for others. It just means that we have self-awareness
Yes.
of the safety and protection of our own self.
And a respect for self.
And a respect for, beautifully said. Let's set that in gold, shall we? Put that into the body. Where would you like to place it?
All entwined in my heart.
Place it now. Take in a breath and release. So entwined, but not shielded. We're not walling our heart off from the work that it does or the love that it gives or takes. We're simply wrapping it like a ribbon, gentle and soft, around the heart, tied beautifully with a pretty bow. Tell me when that's done.
It's done.
Wonderful. Anything else to let go of from this lifetime?
I feel there's a fear of persecution.
And where does that stem from? What happened?
There were groups of men that didn't want us to hold the power we held and the knowledge we held.
Who were men? Were they from Earth?
Definitely, yes. Maybe doing the bidding of others. This is, I get the sense that always one had to be a little bit on guard and extra awareness.
I believe that was from the change from the divine feminine as it started to move into the divine masculine. Only the masculine was abusing its power over the feminine. So let's go ahead and release that at this time. There are and will be men in our lives who try to control us, tell us what to do, how to act, how to behave, what to say. And we shall be courageous and stand up and fearless in meeting that same energy reflected back toward them, but in a compassionate way, an unexpected way, a loving way, so that their hearts may be opened to fuller understanding. Is there anything else?
And lead by example.
Lead by example. Beautiful. Anything else she needs to know from this life that needs healing? And be safe in that knowledge. And are there leaders at the time?
Leaders.
Yes, leaders. Like kings or queens that are trying to assist the people.
Yes.
Who are in charge? We're guiding the
Men.
people.
Men.
Men?
Yes.
They call themselves kings or rulers.
Themselves as gods.
Name?
Ramses king.
Ramses. Are you living in the time of Moses?
Okay. Yes, I think so.
Do you live amongst or near the Hebrews? Amongst. Around when the Exodus happens or the plagues.
Remembering a lot of fear and panic. It could be the Exodus.
And with the caravan, when they leave,
Yes. I'm trying to gather children, keep them safe.
Where are you in this line of this mass group of people leaving the city? In the front, in the middle, in the back?
I'm in the back because I want to make sure that no one's left behind.
So by choice.
Yes.
So the story goes is that upon leaving Egypt, that there is a chase by the soldiers. They're given permission and then they are chased. Does this happen?
It does an extent. I'm getting a real sense of needing to protect the young girls, especially. As if they know that it is within them that the power resides.
And are you aware of the pillar of light that is guiding?
Yes.
What does this light look like?
Silver blue.
And then also stories of manna from heaven each day. Do you collect this?
We always seem to find just enough on the journey to share among each other. Even when we thought we couldn't, we would find.
Good. And so there's also the story of the parting of the Red Sea. Do you experience walking through the Red Sea?
I see myself standing at the edge as this is happening. My eyes wide with disbelief. Yes. Yes.
How's the water on either side of you as it parts?
Oh, very high.
How wide is,
Castle.
like castle walls?
Mm. And the path is wide enough for 20, 30 people beside each other to walk through.
And are women helping with bringing in the pillar of light?
Yes, they are.
Connecting in with the galactic energy when that happens.
I feel they are.
And do you know which galactic family is assisting?
I sense Arcturians. And definitely a couple of others. Pleiadians. Possibly wrong.
And Andromedans too.
Mm.
I've always suspected that that light was galactic in nature.
Mm.
And of course, the people wouldn't really understand it. Maybe the women did because they were connecting in with their
Yeah.
galactic teams. And then what happens after you get, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just said very, very beautiful, powerful light.
How white was the light?
More radiant than one could imagine.
Mm. Beautiful. Were you able to see the ships then too? Or were they cloaked behind clouds?
I think some of us could see them, but not all.
And
I
then,
get a sense they didn't want to frighten the people any more than they were already
right.
frightened. Yes.
And then what about these various plagues that occurred?
The witch,
The plagues, there
the
were
plagues.
plagues, there were stories told of the locusts coming and devouring the crops, the sea turning to red blood, or the water turning to red blood, and all the firstborn males being taken or killed by a plague, a black plague, or something along those lines. Any truth to those stories?
I said there is, but they've been greatly exaggerated. People lived in a lot of fear in those days, of one form or another.
Right. And certainly they didn't have the type of technology that we have today to be able to have this shared understanding.
That's right, yeah. So true.
Beautiful. Is there anything else we need to know from this lifetime?
Be strong. Know your own strength. Trust it. Love it.
And did you see Moses' staff? Or him working with it?
Perhaps, for instance,
The Ark of the Covenant.
I knew of it, but I don't think I saw it.
So you were in work a little bit separate than what they were doing. Being a part of the priestesses.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Well, thank you so much for sharing and helping to fill in the gaps on some of those stories. I'm sure I could ask you 100 more questions. But since we want to focus on this lifetime and this now, I'd like to go ahead and send light and love to you in that lifetime. Thanking you for your assistance with all who were being moved at that time during the Exodus.
Mm.
And then let's go ahead and find our spot as you go into your dream state, going back on the cloud, flowing back. But we're not going to come all the way back to Juliet. What we're going to do is we're just going to follow this cloud on the next cord that needs healing. And thanking Liasa for her assistance at that time. Stepping away from that, closing the door. Go ahead and be there now. Where is this next life?
Central Europe, I think.
Central Europe.
I get a sense of my grandmother or even further back.
Ah. Are you your own ancestor? A guide? Okay. So let's go ahead and take in a deep breath and get a sense of where you are. Are you a male or a female? Take a look at the ground. Are you standing or sitting or laying down?
Standing.
You're standing. Is it a sunny day or raining?
Sunny.
Morning or afternoon?
Afternoon.
Are there people around you?
People working in the fields.
Are you working in the fields too?
I do at times, but I'm also an overseer. I'm male, I think, in this one.
And what are the people working in the fields? What type of fields?
Crops, various different crops.
What is this?
$670.
And what's your name in this life?
András, Hungarian name. András Andrew, I think in English.
For that. András. How old are you?
Early's 42.
And how have you been working at this type of work?
Since I was a little boy.
And what type of crops are these that are being worked?
Different ones, from wheat, corn, and there's livestock too.
What else?
And there's livestock.
Oh, livestock. I got you.
Yeah, pigs and sheep.
And who do you work for?
Grandfather and uncle. It could be just within the family.
How many people work on the crops with you?
Oh, quite a few. Everybody works together because it's everybody's responsibility to help create the food to grow and to help feed their families.
Are you paid?
Kind. if not always in money. Some better than others. So.
There are some periods in history where those that worked crops for others owed them or were owned by the people that they worked for. Is that the case here?
Yes and no, because if it's part of the family structure, it is an accepted role that you work within the family. So it's not really questioned so much. You don't defy it.
Okay. And then what happens in this lifetime that there's heart healing that needs to be done?
Feel loss of children.
How did you lose?
2, I think.
Boys or girls?
1 of each.
And how were they?
5 and 3.
And what caused them to pass away?
There was illness which affected the young ones more than older people.
Was it a plague?
It wasn't like a massive plague, but it definitely affected quite a few.
And the young and the old were susceptible?
Yes, particularly the very young and the very old, yes.
And what was your 5-year-old's name? Do you recall, or have you locked it away?
Attila, I think. Attila.
And the 3-year-old?
Juji. Like Zuzanna, Juji.
Judy. Lovely. Well, as these lives don't really die, would you let them in and send them love and see how they are?
Yes, please.
Okay. As a 5-year-old who is its own soul being, Artilla, you say it better for me. Artilla. Please step
Attila,
forward.
like Attila the Hun, but that's where the name comes from. It's a Hungarian name.
Oh, ask her to step into the session now, please. Tell me if she's there. And also for Juji. Juji, please come into the session to assist heart healing. Tell me when they're there.
They are here.
I feel they're. Is there anything that you'd like to say to one another at this time?
That I protect you. That I'm sorry I lost you. And I always have loved you and always will.
And Attila, what does she say? He say. I meant he. I corrected myself.
They're both crying, so they're not able to talk. We're just holding on to each other.
Okay. Let's go ahead and just share the love. And let them know that we're healing their child self, that they have certainly moved on into the next life. coming into that peaceful awareness, feeling the angels' healing love wrap around all three of you. Let me know when you once more feel at peace and can smile at each other again.
Thanking them for coming in. Okay.
And let's find a time in that lifetime before the illness where you were all happy, and perhaps a time at night tucking into bed, or during the day when they were running around.
I have beautiful memories of extended family sitting out at very long trestle tables under the grapes outside, enjoying the food and the wine and the music. And there's much joy and warmth and love.
Oh, beautiful. Now let's bring that forward. And then we're just going to change the whiteboard a little bit of them passing away in that life. But now we're going to see them step forward into adulthood. Going back to the drawing board a little bit, seeing them on a different timeline as they recovered from that illness and grew and had beautiful lives. And how do you see that playing out?
They both happy, peaceful lives.
Wonderful. And then do you have grandchildren?
Oh, yes.
So a whole life lived well,
Mm.
with lots of love surrounding you. Let's go ahead and release the pain from that first experience of the two passing. Filling it now with this beautiful new memory of love and joy and life lived out to its fullest. And how does that feel now?
Thank you.
Beautiful. And how does Attila feel and the energy of Juji feel? Are they happy and healed?
It's joyful.
Wonderful. Then let's go ahead and release these cords if we no longer need them for this life. Sending them with light and love, sealing them with the violet flame. And then let me know when you're ready to come back, or if there's another place you need to travel to for healing.
I've just realized why it's hurt
What
so
was,
much being separated from my grandchildren now.
oh yes, I knew that immediately as soon as you gave me their ages.
Yeah.
And now who am I speaking with? Am I speaking with Athena still? Or is Juliet's higher self now?
Hi, so.
Beautiful. Thank you. And do you want to let her know who you are at this time?
I want to let her, she's not alone.
Okay. I know she's going through a lot of healing today and she's still struggling. We know Athena is there with her. And what about the archangels? I kind of hear myself going, well, there's me, Archangel Raziel.
Always. I think last time it was Jophiel that came
Jophiel?
forward. Yeah. Raphael.
Yeah, I was just hearing Raphael in my mind. And Michael always stands up and says, and me.
Absolutely. Saving you to last.
We know you're all equal, but saving the best for last. Of course, there's laughter in heaven for that one.
It's taken me a while to let go of the religious childhood that was sort of forced upon me.
Yes, many of us had to.
Yeah,
Many
to
of us.
allow that connection to grow and that belief to settle.
Yes. Now, I know we did a lot of clearing for the heart, cut some cords, healed and sealed. But do you see any empty spots or dark spots within this body that need to be addressed? Go ahead and take a flashlight and scan the body. Or imagine it like one of those fax machines where the light just beams over the section, and then you'll be able to see if there's any dark spots or empty spaces that would need to be filled.
There's something to do with fear, which would have been what led me to use drugs in the first place, not trust.
And was that this lifetime?
Yes. And others.
And others. Okay, let's call in those lives along with this one. And let's go ahead and address that fear head on. Let's look at it. What words come to mind with this fear? We're going to put these words into a pan of violet flame as they come up, each one. And as we put them into the pan, they're just going to turn into ash because we're going to have a dragon using its violet flame with the pan.
I'd be right for the dragons.
Asking Quan to come
Unworthiness. Unworthiness.
Unworthiness. Putting into the pan to be flamed up.
I was unworthy.
Okay, unworthiness, putting it into the pan, flaming it up, turning it into ash. Thank you, Quanon. Next.
Shame.
Shame. Place that into the pan, big black letters, light it on fire with the violet flame. Poof, into ash it goes. Next.
It's just recently in this lifetime, I've acknowledged that I will no longer carry the shame and the guilt that I've been filled with and carrying in this way.
Good. Then let's go ahead and put guilt into that pan as well, flaming it up. Poof.
Very European, that one.
And then let's go ahead and any other words coming up from that fear?
It's not feeling safe to speak up, to have a voice, not being heard, I think.
Not being heard.
Yeah.
Yes, not being heard. Yes, I've had to address that within Wendy as well.
Yeah,
Going
I've
ahead.
had that this life very much.
Yeah. Going ahead and putting that into the pan, flaming it up. Boop. Done and done.
Mm-hmm.
And the word fear sometimes bring its own negative connotation. We're going to stick the word fear in there.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put that to the flame too. All those things that bring that
fear
sense
and loss.
Fear and loss. Putting both of those into the pan, flaming them with the violet flame, watching them turn to ash. Now I want you to take a deep breath. And with all this ash that's in front of you, we're going to blow it. And all the ash is going to fly up back to source and turn into light. We're going to transmute it back to light. Taking a breath now. And then when you blow, The ashes will fly out of the pan, turn into light, and go back to source. And do this now.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And then what shall we put in its place? Fearlessness.
Fearlessness.
Fearlessness. Adding that in.
Confidence.
Confidence. And how should we like this to be distributed? Do you want this distributed with fire, with water, with plants, with colors?
With
What would you like?
colors.
With colors.
With colors.
Pick a color for each word then, or the same color, if you will.
Blue and
Fearlessness
violet.
is in blue and violet. Fearlessness.
Yes.
What else?
Confidence.
Confidence. Same color?
Red.
Red. Strong confidence. I like it.
Yeah. Trusting in self. Beautiful
Trusting
gold.
in self. Beautiful gold. Bring it now. How about joy?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Let's bring that in. What would you like for that?
Crimson.
Crimson. So
Pinky
it is.
crimson. A ruby kind of.
A ruby pink. Ruby pink.
Yeah.
Bringing it in. It could be a mix of those colors.
Yeah.
I'm hearing there's something wants to come in opalescent. What do you think that is? Divine love. Bringing in divine love in opalescent color.
Beautiful.
What else?
Oh, forgiveness with all the confusion of sexual identity and abuse and
Bringing forgiveness and letting go of all the rest of that gray matter. Letting it go into the pan and be transmuted as well. Joining with the other words, with the flame and the ash, and blowing it away.
you have me thinking about my dragon now.
Oh, beautiful. And do you know your dragon's name or color yet?
I have been told.
And what have you been told?
Hybrid, I think, what was it? Fire and air?
Fire and air, fire and water.
Might be fire and water.
Let's go ahead and ask your dragon to come in now. Feel the energy of this dragon.
Making.
Oh, and I'm also hearing, why did you take so long?
Because I'm saying, wait, I want to be strong enough before I connect with you. Please be patient.
Yeah, and I was just hearing, why did you wait so long?
Okay. There you go.
And you answered it before. Well, I might have said that before you answered, and then I just said it again because I think you were talking and I was talking at the same time. But
Yes. That's how it goes.
yeah, right? Beautiful. All right, connecting in with this dragon now. Taking a breath. bringing him in to channel messages through you, similar to what Lessa and Andrash just did. Are you a soul dragon or a guide?
A guide.
A guide.
I
Thank
think.
you. And does she have it as, have you correct as fire and water, or are you a fire and air dragon?
I think fire.
Fire and water. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Go in for a deeper connection. With this breath, as we breathe it out, we're going to go into more relaxed state of allowing, connecting with the heart, and trusting the information that comes through. One more deep breath, going even deeper. Breathing out. In the third and final connection, being fully connected, taking a breath now. And breathe out. And hello. Who am I speaking with?
I know the name. Can I say the name?
Yes, of course.
Shir Takan.
Shia Takan.
Shir Takhan, if I'm remembering it clearly.
Shi Takan.
Shir, like
Oh, sheer with an
S-H-I-R.
R.
Yeah. Yeah, Takhan.
Takhan.
Mm-hmm.
Sheer. I can't even roll my R's. Sheer,
Yeah,
which would, you would think I can do light language and roll my R's. Why can't I do it when
exactly.
I'm speaking?
Yeah.
Sheer.
Shir
Tak-
Takhan. You don't have
I'll
to roll
just-
the R. It's just
I'll
do.
just let you say Sheer Takan. Welcome to the party, my friend.
It's good to be here finally.
Wonderful. And how have we done with the clearing of this body? I've been really focused on her body clearing today.
Good job.
Thank you. And what about her auric field? Does she have holes that need to be plugged?
Two, perhaps.
Oh, let's go ahead and take a look at those holes. Is that something you can help with? Or do you need my help?
Dark.
And where are they at?
Anyone behind the neck, upper back?
Okay. And the other one?
Somewhere around the hips.
Okay. And where else?
I think the soles of my feet, or one of them.
Oh. And before I seal these auras off, can you take a quick look and see if there's any implants in her that need to be removed? Or parasites?
I don't see any at this point.
Beautiful. Then let's go ahead and seal these holes, starting with behind the neck and upper back. Which shall we use to seal this hole with?
For blue fire.
Blue fire is. Is that the kind of fire that you use, by the way?
Often, yes.
Wonderful. Let's go ahead and use your fire then, sealing that hole, flaming it. And is your blue fire a hot fire or a cold fire?
Cold.
Wonderful. And then now moving back to the hips. Or are you done before I ask you to move on?
Yes. Yes.
And then moving to the hips.
Why am I feeling the hips connected to sexual energy? In some way.
Oh, it's certainly possible. We've done a lot of clearing there with that energy.
Yeah.
So can they be sealed? Can this hole be closed off at this time?
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and seal it up. Blue fire again.
Yes.
Feeling that energy with you. Thank you. And is that done?
It's done.
Wonderful. And then stepping forward to the soles of the feet. And what is that related to?
Trust. Trust issues.
Okay. Now that we've done the clearing and she's worked with filling herself up with trust of self, knowing that she can stand once more on her own 2 feet. Going ahead and using that beautiful blue fire of yours.
Yes.
And she's doing well for taking all of this healing all in one day. That's beautiful and amazing.
She wants it, needs it.
Yes, this is true. And how about her appetite at this time?
It is definitely improving.
Wonderful. Can we go
She's
ahead and
being
turn that?
more mindful of it.
Can we go ahead and turn that up a few percents of
Yes, please.
needing and wanting to eat to stay
Yes.
healthy, and no more holding back on food because we are feeling that others should have it first
Mm-hmm.
or they don't deserve it. That's all gone. That's all that going in the past.
Yes.
Flame that energy away. Knowing that she does deserve to take care of herself. Are there any messages that you'd like to give her at this time?
To call on me. I'm here.
Wonderful. And what is this energy I'm feeling in my back? Am I connecting with your energy?
Could be.
Are you doing work for me too?
I like to help whenever I can.
Oh, thank you.
You are welcome.
Can you tell me more about your clan?
I'm not getting much at the moment about
That's
that.
okay. Well, helping with healing, that's one thing I know.
We are at the beginning of our relationship, and when I knew of this dragon's existence, I was absolutely overjoyed. Like welcoming an old friend.
Aw. I think that's why I was asking if it's a soul dragon. Did you live that life?
I'm not sure.
Well, you said a guide, so we'll just go with a guide at this point. Maybe that's for another day as you start to get healthier.
Yeah. Go deeper.
Yes. And how is the outlook looking at this time? Is there anything else we need to do for this healing work today?
just to trust herself and know that this period too shall pass. This very, very difficult time. She needs to leave from where she is because there isn't a functioning kitchen, and that is not helpful.
Can you assist her with manifesting those opportunities of someplace else to stay? Does she need healing, or is she still in the middle of lessons with her daughters?
One daughter in particular.
Is there one or the other that would assist?
That which? Sorry, say that again.
Is there one of her daughters that would actually assist her, that she could leave this place and go live with them for a period of time?
That's not practical. Would if they could.
I
But they're the ones that envisage building a bungalow for me, you know, in the future, you know, whereas the other two haven't even.
Okay, so set that aside. So for the one who wants to help you with the bungalow, can we take a look at gathering the resources for that to happen, to manifest it? What would that look like? Let's create that path now. Let's bring it out. Let's bring that path in front of us. Put it out as a little dirt road. And then let's get wider and wider. Bringing in the magic of Merlin.
To be honest, envisage living in a tree house.
Well, maybe there's a house in your future.
Yeah, I really do.
Well, let's open this path and let's put a light on it. And let's add the violet flame and the blue flame. Starting to manifest it, putting joy of what it'll be like to have your own place, self-sufficiency, place to cook, quiet, solitude, without all the drama. And then when that happens, then your children will want to come and visit you, and your grandchildren, because it will be a beautiful place of quiet and solitude that they also will enjoy, reflecting and finding love and forgiveness in that space. I am that I am, and so it is. And then let's detach ourselves from when it happens, just knowing that it will. Thanking all of those who came today. I go ahead and release the dragon at this time. Thanking Athena for her guidance. Thanking the angels and archangels, any guides and star beings that came to help. I go ahead and thank my team as well, asking Juliet to finally come back to herself, feeling her fingers, feeling her toes.
Oh, wow. Have I lost you?
No.
Okay, no, the screen was all cut. Oh, I'm hot. Wow. You did with a friend of yours where Isis came in? You've got it on your channel.
So I'm muting you a little bit because my dog's barking like crazy in the background. So give me one moment.
You did a channeling with a friend of yours where I believe it was Isis who came in. It was very, very powerful for both of you, but it was very powerful for me too.
Oh, so you noticed and recognized the energy. Wow.
Yeah. And she was she was weeping and for her daughters, for everything they had been through, you know, for all the suffering they had been through. Yeah.
Wow.
I never forgot that one. Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I feel like I've been around the world 3 times and then out to the universe and back. You're amazing.
Thank you.
You're an amazing facilitator, darling.